lost? I can't remember. Yeah, no,
I'm
they did
pretty
win
sure
that
they
one,
had a
yeah.
void earlier.
He
They had a void
he
earlier.
lost the laning stage, but they ended up doing better in the later stages of the game. Remember, he got that three-man Corona under the tier 1 tower. That was the Dragon Knight game from Crazy, I believe.
Right, right.
So you're right.
So
They did win that game.
30 seconds.
back to basics, I guess. You know, feeling that this worked before. Let's go back to it. They didn't ban it.
Yeah. I think it'll be good. Having a Winter Wyvern is also pretty good. It'll give them the capability to just save somebody's life if they get RP'd. Because almost all of the damage from Crazy is, well, it's not all of it, but like it's a lot of physical burst is what we've seen repeatedly against Magnus. So being able to keep somebody alive against that is a really nice advantage.
You are just going to be able to time walk off the damage from the Crystal Maiden. Are we at all concerned? So I love seeing this Rubik, right? Does so much. In fact, I think Rubik has been picked almost every single game here. But paired up with the Crystal Maiden, I'm a little worried that these supports aren't going to be quite as effective. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really agree. Like laning wise, they're both quite effective, and ganking wise, they're also pretty good. Especially like Frostbite against Nature's Prophet, against Void type heroes, it can be really good. So normally when I'm worried about support lineups, it's either like they're not effective in the lane or they're not effective ganking. And I think they hit both of those bases pretty well. They're not as amazing at bullying as maybe some other carries or some other supports like a Tiny maybe, but I think they'll be completely fine.
Couple of these trades here using that Arctic Burn, but SVG taking a decent chunk of damage is probably going to have to pop that salve. Get right back up again. Still going after, my goodness. Moon Meander, all right.
It's got a nuke here in one.
I think he needs a little bit more damage on her though, yeah? Yeah, SVG is going to hide in the trees.
It's been okay so far. 5 last hits for HFN now. Going from power level 1. Really nice to have this against the Nature's Prophet too. Seems to be another aspect of the hero pick that they like doing. They pick Magnus after the Prophet gets revealed, and then they have just easy solution against the Nature's Prophet and lane. Well, we've seen this with Sven's as well, but having all this extra AoE just makes dealing with the Treants a lot simpler.
Trading Harass here over in the mid lane. Quinn should have a little bit of an advantage here, just being able to have that range, but does have to be careful once Brile hits those level 6 here. Could just get dove very easily, but...
That part can be scary, but they should be okay, I would assume.
Lelis, the drag back. No points in that Frostbite. Doesn't look like they're going to need it, though. Owie just clicking away here. The Fairy Fire comes in. He'll be all right with the TP coming out from MSS. It's kind of interesting. We've seen some of the Crystal Maidens go for the point in the Frostbite.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, and it is a little bit weird to go Aura level 1 or level 2 instead, because if he actually does have Frostbite there, they get a kill. So I kind of feel like it's a bit of a mistake, but in the same vein, like if you get Aura at level 2, or let's say you get Frostbite level 2, so even if you get a kill, sometimes that Aura point doesn't come until like a full minute later. The level 2 to level 3 range can sometimes be slow if you go do pulling or whatever else. So it does help stabilize the rest of the lanes. And even though they haven't killed the Prophet, they did get him low level 4 selves. And they'll get him maybe next level instead. But everybody on his team like really utilizes mana extremely well in the laning stage, with the exception of maybe Magnus. But everybody else is really happy to have the extra half mana per second here.
That's what I was wondering with that pickup, but definitely not something that we've been seeing recently too often.
Yeah, usually they just go for the capability of getting kills. Big heal affecting your war here. He'd already used jump, so getting that damage out is really nice. Normally this isn't really a great matchup for the Omni Knight, because hypothetically you can just time walk the Purify whenever it's up, but they've been able to utilize it here.
Ooh, HFN sitting very low here.
He is actually. It looks like he has a salve coming maybe. Got another courier on the way.
I'd assume so. Yep,
oh,
there it is.
CM salves. Ah, better. Nothing better than somebody else's salve. Tastes better
Crystal
that way.
Maiden. Yeah, Crystal Maiden is the single mom of the game, constantly feeding her children, keeping them alive.
Sure.
I gotta find out what that voice line is. Brile having to play a little bit careful here. Quinn's throwing out a decent amount of harass. Does have 2 points in the Dragon Slave.
thinking about the toss back, but they're not going to go for it. And now Quinn just has utter lane domination. It really is not fun playing against a good Lina that outskills you. Not saying that Lina is better or that Quinn's better than Brawl necessarily, but it makes it very difficult to lane because he's just going to constantly sit in the middle and make sure you don't approach the creep wave. And because Lina's attack animation and range are so good, once you do get ahead, it can be really oppressive to have to lane against it. So Quinn now up to 10 denies, 17 last hits versus the 10 and 5 of what Brawl's dealing with. So when he hits 6, like you said, it can be a little bit of a worry, but Lina's just such a safe laner that it makes it tough.
Oh, good timing coming out here from MSS with that avalanche. Check Lelis. Man, I heard your Midwestern accent pop out there for a second. That was funny.
Which word did I say?
Worry. Very worry,
oh, yeah.
like a real round O sound.
That makes sense. Yep. That's
This is fun though. I mean, this is one of, the first time I think I ever watched Quinn play was actually on Team Freedom. Like, God, I don't know how many years ago. And he was just absolutely dominating with Lina. Obviously, Lina, not quite as meta as it used to be, but still a very effective hero. So he's going to know the capabilities. He's going to go for the toss? No.
Can't get it.
Oh, bottom lane though, KheZY. Good save here. But the long range coming out from SPG, it's not quite enough damage though. SPG might actually go down here. Moon Meander has the Fade Bolt. It's like he's not gonna chase after him though.
Yeah, he had a magic stick, so only level 1 Fade Bolt as well, so he was gonna be okay. KheZY back in the lane though, waiting for a ward jump before he wants to go in. There it is. See, so still going Soul Ring. Slightly surprised on this, but I guess when you have a heal, it's not as big of a deal for the Omni Knight to deal with this. They're moving over to cover the bounty runes, so it looks like it'll be a 2 for 2. Pretty normal stuff here. One of them left to Ember Spirit so you can bottle recharge, and yeah, Lina's just like utterly dominating the mid lane now. 600 gold advantage for Quinn. And yeah, Lina is definitely one of his classic heroes that most people recognize him for.
I remember getting so excited. I was like casting one of the qualifier games, I believe. I think it might have been opens though. And be like, oh, they let him have the Lina again. This is gonna be so cool. Didn't know anything about him at the time. Like, totally new to like watching the. God, were they even tier 2 at that point? Or were they tier 3 back then?
I would say probably tier 2. I don't know. It all depends on your label of what tier 3 or tier 2 means, but.
MSS though, rotating down to the bottom lane. No mana left on KZ. He's already just running on out though.
This is kind of a hard kill to get. Like, dealing with Omni Knight is tough usually. Good dodge there by Ember Spirit. Radiant Ward's on the bottom side of the river, so I'm not going to be able to de-ward that one, but they do grab the rune. And smart about the ward here, there's more likely that Rubik rotates over than vice versa. This kill's just so hard to get.
I mean, they're trying gosh darn hard to do it, but I don't think they're going to be able to. In fact, they could almost try to go and throw Yawar up on the cliffside. I think if it was Moon getting attacked, that's a lot easier, but unfortunately the Omni Knight just too tanky, too difficult to hold down for long enough.
And this is what's cool about the Omni pick though, is that despite being able to time walk, killing the Void killing the Omni is just not really very realistic, because usually Omni has to, or Void has to right click a bunch of times, and against people that can heal it's even harder. But Omni has the 1-2 punch. He's got 2 heals between his Heavenly Grace and between his Purification. So if he just turns on Heavenly Grace and runs away, he's got all this extra strength that Yawar probably won't be able to kill him. Makes it really hard for Yawar to get these like free kills that normally carries are able to get against offlaners.
Well, they might be able to get this one here. Moon, though, almost manages to stay alive a little bit longer. So you are getting the first blood. A bit more harassed over here onto KheZY. Very slow first blood, my goodness.
Yep. But that is one place to get kills, is to always kill the support if the offlane is too obnoxious. So nice rotation there. MSS finally finding a big kill. We got Nature's Prophet jungling right now, feeling a little bit too scary to lane against the Magnus, I suppose. And very smart AUI. Oh, nice. Steals the 1 large creep and also splits some experience as well to give HFN a better lane. Oh man, this is a lot of tower pressure actually. What year is it? 2014 right now? Pressuring the offlane tower first?
Feels like it.
Even tanking a few tower attacks too.
Seth's trying to intercept here, trying to make sure that he can't get this rune. He's already got one on the bottom, though. Ryle's already very prepared. And it's a double
It's pretty
damage,
unlucky.
which makes him very happy.
Because, you know, 50-50 chance there. He gets the DD denied, or at least grabs it himself. But a DD rune on Ember is going to be much appreciated, especially between, like, being able to abuse Sleight of Fist, or even jungling. All of these things are going to be pretty effective. Putting back in the mid lane, though. Looking like he's got normal items, going for a Yule's Rush. The old classic.
Some things don't really change much.
Dire's middle tower
It's a big old stack, my goodness. In comes MSS. It's gonna spot it out, pings it. Needs to be careful, doesn't get too close though. Frostbite open up. Double damage popped over here on Bryle. Should be a dead MSS. Look, he tries to go and duke back around the avalanche. He turns it around. MSS, God. Now Owie, a little sister on sister fight here coming out as they'll take down the Crystal Maiden, and HFN forced to run away. Got a couple more bottles. Nice sidestep here. Lelis is here though. He's joining in. They want to see if they can finish him off. Like he's gonna get saved by Keizu though.
That was really well done. Oh, and now they're going to try to contest the stacks, but Lina does not have enough mana for this.
No, she's bottling through as much as she can, but...
She had one more Dragon Slave. All right, she's going to throw it. She'll get, like, a skeleton. But I'm sure she really wishes she had a bit more mana there. Maybe a bottle refill? Be huge? No.
Be
Okay.
huge.
Either way, really good to kill Ember Spirit there. It's the power of Lelis hitting 6 on Nature's Prophet, and... Oh, he actually does get the last hit there. Needs the toss back.
He's gonna probably pay for this though. That's the toss up. Yeah. Wyvern not quite 6 yet, otherwise that would have been a beautiful Winter's Curse.
Kind of died for that D ward, which is probably not that worthwhile, but it'll be fine. You are now shifting to the top lane to go to where it's safer. But game's still pretty even. It's going well. Magnus once again stupidly farmed. Nobody's slowing him down. You got a Battle Fury at the start of the game. How can you not be faster than everybody else in terms of farming, right?
I wonder if we're going to be seeing more of this. This is the only team I've seen run the safe lane Magnus so far. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to catch all of the Omega League games, but it seems very strong, like you were saying.
It does.
Dire's top tower
It
is
just
under
farms
attack.
really quick. It's difficult to gank
Radiant's
because he's
bottom
so
tower is under attack.
raw HP. RP and Skewer seem really fantastic at all phases of the game. You can get Blink later, but you don't need Blink to be effective at ganking because of Skewer. Where's this mystery meat coming from? Where did it go?
I don't know. Maybe he has.
Well-
Maybe he... Never mind. I'm not going to say that
me.
next. Woo. All right. Flight goes through. Gives it a little bit of a steal. It's the toss going over to Moon. They're out in mass force here. They do have the Winter's Curse on SVG now. Chronosphere. All the ultimates are up and running for the most part. You are going forward. Is only going to be able to go. Oh, he spots out the Omni-Knight at the backhand line, though. Quinn following up. Nice LSA. And just evaporate Moon Meander. They'll get the kill on Casey, too. And that's going to be a tower that belongs to the side of Quincy.
I gotta say, after the chrono that started it off, I was like, when he jumped for it, I was like, is this even gonna be good? But catching the Omni Knight was really important there. If Omni doesn't get caught in that Chronosphere there, he saves whoever's in the Chrono with Heavenly Grace and maybe an ulti. But catching them both together allowed for easy follow-up and made that fight really straightforward. It cost them quite little in comparison to normal circumstances.
Yeah.
So, Mask of Madness now. They're gonna hit creeps again for a brief moment. MSS still looking for setups.
Like a Moon Meander here?
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom
great
tower
steal.
is under attack.
Rubik now effectively a level 9 hero, or level 8 you could argue. All these avalanche levels, he's ready to do tons of burst damage. Kind of curious why MSS got 1 point in his ultimate already. It's kind of interesting. Maybe wanted the armor against Ember Spirit Harass or something.
It's possible.
But I'm just beating
Losing
up
the
this tower.
though. Oh, avalanches everywhere. It's a full-on Earthshake right down to the LSA. And that's a kill on Moon Meander. SBD throws down the Winter's Curse. They'll be able to hold the Magnus in place. They'll follow up with another LSA. They don't quite have enough damage, though, to get a kill on HFN here at this time.
I mean, he got them all, but it really did nothing.
No, it looked nice, though, right? It looked very tiny.
It looked nice, but
didn't get
nobody
anything
has
off of it.
damage really.
Is under attack.
No.
He's a tanky strength boy. It was just like, oh, you've gotten him.
Regeneration.
I don't know,
I mean,
man. Meg is just
maybe if
so strong.
This is, oh god, HFN always scares me how he just gets down really, really low.
Dire's
I think I've
structures
seen like
are
Rubik's just
fortified.
walk past him in the jungle once, do a double take, and just hit him with a Fade Bolt.
Yeah, that's actually the best feeling in Dota, I gotta say. As a support,
Dire's middle
you just
tower
go look for
has
that carry
fallen.
and you find him low and you're like, oh, this I never would have
Hello?
had this kill if I didn't go looking, you know? And now it's just like,
Yeah.
zap. It feels great. Blink Dagger, Echo Saber at 13 minutes, and he's basically only hit creeps. Obviously, a lot of this was stacks. AUI did a really good job moving around stacking. I doubt he was the only one stacking camps, but this is why he has so much net worth. It's hard to pressure in lane, has free Battle Fury, just a beauty.
He's always taken very good care of the jungle whenever he's been playing on teams. Only seems good. Ryle finds SVG and MSS. Use the avalanche, try to slow him down. They get the toss forward over on the Winter Wyvern to protect, but HFN gets the kill on Lelis. Okay.
Didn't even have to
RP was
echo for
used?
this one, by the way,
Dire's
or
middle
ulti
tower
for this
no.
is
one.
under
Looks like
attack.
he
yeah.
just did blink, skewer, and some slapping.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Alright.
attack.
Shadowblade next for Lina. Just the old classic build, the Yule Shadowblade to set up on kills. Won't be very effective against Magnus generally, but against the squishier heroes, we could definitely see her getting some solo kills.
Invisibility.
I like the way that they're grouped up. They want to go for some sort of a smoke, but the smoke does come out from the other side here. Quinn trying to find Owie and give away his positioning. They do have Moon Meander nearby. That LSA just barely landing on the side. There's the lift up though over on the back line from Moon Meander. Frostbite will get used. Quinn is getting chased down over on the other side. Bryle having the Heavenly Grace will turn back around the stats because this is so nice though. There's going to be Chronosphere only used over onto Moon Meander right now. There's going to be the Grace getting popped as well. There's a nice RP, but it's followed up with the Winter's Curse. Buys them just a little bit more time. I don't know if MSS is going to be able to survive this, but they almost managed to go and get the kill. They'll find the kill on Quinn. Now Yawar running for his life. Bryle hoping maybe he can catch some stragglers. Only has one remnant up though, so it's like maybe
Quincy
he'll
crew
see.
jumping in. They jumped in way too far there for that to kill to work. Like, and this is the one of the vulnerabilities of Lina. She does really good right click. She does great damage, good to stable. But if she gets too out of position, she's really vulnerable. And that fight would have been completely one-sided if not for Winter's Curse. They can basically utilize Winter's Curse as a counter RP. They just use it when the ulti comes out. It's going to stop all the right-click damage. Even if the Magnus isn't killed himself, you're trading a support's ulti for a core's ulti, which is better. And it helps, but Lina still took a ton of spells in that engagement. Once they get Blink on Tiny, it's going to be a lot easier because then he can just jump and throw somebody back, and then they can combo somebody on their side of the team fight. It's going to be a lot safer.
Jumps get popped. Oh, the steal from Moon Meander being able to just jump on in, but looks like they weren't quite ready to commit on that. They'll back off.
That should help.
Dire are
Still pretty
scanning.
far for MSS to get to the Blink. About 800 gold. But on the bright side, really good core net worth for the rest of Quincy crew. The Ember's net worth is looking pretty inadequate thus far. But keep in mind that he did get zoned pretty heavily during the laning stage. And his fights have not been like super one-sided obvious how they work.
It feels like they're not focused on one thing on a lot of the times, especially coming out from Quincy crew. Right? You've seen a couple of these Chronospheres, and they're nice, and they managed to do something with the first one. The second one, though, it was just on Moon Meander. Everybody was so spread out, it just didn't feel like everything was lining up, and then Crazy was able to take advantage of the fact it was a bit sloppy. But they have the Blink Dagger over here on Quinn, not going to be able to quite grab her. The Yules is completed. Moon Meander jumping forward, manages to go pick up the Winter Wyvern. It is in for some trouble, though, now, because he's slowed down by that Arctic Burn. Oh, they turn back around. This is going to be a dead Moon Meander. HFN beats him down to death. Ryle joining back and gets the slight. Change, but on the back lines, there it goes. There's going to be a big old Laguna Blade to the face. They'll chase down Crystal Maiden next. The kill for Lelis.
Most crucial thing that happened in that fight was definitely just Ember Spirit dying for almost nothing. Wasn't able to get out in time after the avalanche into toss setup. And Lina followed up the stun as well to help guarantee that one. So that's their weak link. Bryle is very killable on the Crazy lineup. And even if Magnus isn't necessarily like they eventually Mag isn't going to be able to solo carry this game, especially when they have counters to his ultimate with the Winter Wyvern. So the Winter Wyvern pick was excellent so far. It's really paid off.
Oh, the RP solo again. They just really love messing with Quinn. Absolutely slaughtered during that. Now Wyvern trying to drop anything here, trying to do something. Look at the D-ward off, sit on the cliff side. Buys himself a little bit more time. They don't have the vision. The slight comes through though, and eventually HFN gets the kill.
Dire's bottom
All right.
tower is under attack.
Not easy to solo RP a Alina. She could Yule Scepter herself or you potentially, but they get that kill, and Lina shows her squishiness once again. Tiny waiting to hopefully get a solo kill is what he wants. He wants a CM, maybe a Rubik.
Radiant's middle tower
He
is
doesn't
under
want that
attack.
though. Does not want HFN. Unless he has friends, but
It's almost impossibly so tanky. This could be decent though. He's gotta wait till most of this creep wave is dead.
that's the silence,
the
the
Orchid.
toss up. Do they have enough damage though to do us fast enough? I don't think they do. Brawl turning back around again. He's very low. Ooh. Think
Good
he's fine
luck,
here, but-
Ember. We'll see.
Where'd it go?
Is he gonna slight dodge it?
Here it goes.
Oh, if
Nope.
he would have died, I would have laughed so hard. It was like close enough where it was a little ambiguous. But he ends up staying alive.
I think he bottled through too. Yeah, two charges there for sure. All right.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This Orchid on the Nature's Prophet does make things a little bit scary, but they need to have, I think, Quinn with him so they can get off just enough of a combo. Otherwise, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing, where he just zips on out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right. So basically, the part of the reason that Yowar's ultimate looked a little bit sloppy that second time was because he does have to hit that back line. So some of his ultimates might look a little bit like a stretch. Like he basically has to like see where one or two people are, and he has to like hope that he'll catch
Radiant's
everybody with
bottom
it.
tower is under attack.
So his whole goal is catching the Omni Knight basically. One semi squishy hero that they can kill, and the Omni Knight in every Chronosphere would be the best case scenario. So once he gets more and more items, he'll feel more comfortable diving farther, and especially once he hits 15, he'll have the bigger jump range, and then it'll make it even easier to look for these kills. But Omni position, Kazu's got to be really careful
Dire are
in this
scanning.
match that he doesn't get caught in any of these big team fights.
He's doing a pretty decent job most of the time here. A lot about
Radiant's
positioning,
bottom
like you said,
tower
and it is
is
very
under
difficult. That Chrono.
Dire's top tower
Just
is
kind of
under
dodging
attack.
each other for the most part, although the
Dire's
tier 2
structures
is getting
are
pressured pretty
fortified.
heavily. It's like they'll go for a smoke play. That's the side of Quincy backing off a little bit. They don't have UR. This could be a very good fight for the side of Crazy if they're able to grab anyone here.
He's got one or two more jumps here. All right.
They see
okay.
Quinn. There's the lift. Immediate chains. Get the steal off again, but they don't. Oh, the detection is a little bit late. Good Winter's Curse will be able to keep Quinn alive. Now the Crystal Maiden using that freezing field. It's a lot of damage. I don't think this Winter Wyvern is quite prepared to deal with that, despite the heal.
That was very well played though. That ulti definitely kept Quinn alive.
Radiant's top tower
They're just
is
gonna
under
force down the
attack.
tier 1 tower. It'll be glyphed, but this will die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Decent trade considering what could have happened, though.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
He is so farmed. 3,000 HP. Tons of AoE damage.
The power of the Magnus. It's just too
Yeah,
good.
it really is. Almost BKB for Void. His damage is good, not incredible. Let's see if he tries to get a Chronosphere kill here. He jumps on Rubik, gets lifted
Oh!
up. Gives away another initiation.
His positioning's been really good. I mean, we always say that about Moon Meander, but it just feels like the way that Crazy plays together most of the time, you've always got one support kind of sitting just a little bit further back with some sort of a save each time, in case anybody tries
Radiant's
to make
middle
moves
tower
on them.
is under
But
attack.
yeah, look how fast they just start leaving here. On the side of Crazy KZ, just something doesn't feel right. Jump, toss back again.
Oh,
I
no.
will say it doesn't quite land though. A little bit of miscommunication
Huge mistake.
here as they'll be able to go. Thumb down again. They've got the heal, but not going to be enough to out heal the Lagoon.
All right, so MSS just had greater hopes and dreams than Quinn. Quinn was like, I'm ready to settle. Throw him halfway here. And MSS was like, no way. Throwing him back to our fountain, dude. So that little miscommunication. I mean, you don't have a lot of time, basically, to prep for those moments. So Quinn just assumed it would go to him like it has been so far. Ends up going farther. Forces an ulti, but really, it's not that bad. It's like a 60-second ultimate for Lina ulti, so they get the Omni kill. That means defending against Chronosphere is out of the question. So they get a free Aegis, and now they're trying to fight again. If they can.
I think it's tough though because Omni Knight's going to be back up very, very shortly. Man, these stacks, they have been so good about taking care of their own jungle here. It is actually absurd. Like how fat, like look how fat HFN is on this hero. 15k net worth.
The speed at which he cleared those stacks is insane, actually. And the fact that he took almost no damage. It's genuinely kind of mind-blowing. It was like everybody thought that like Magnus Axe was busted. Maybe it's just Magnus.
Oh, you are? You gonna give up this Aegis? He's got the BKB out, but he gets hit so hard by HFN.
And he jumped in. He jumped in aggressively. The whole team was there.
Dear. MSS not looking too healthy here either. They'll try to give him a little bit more time. He will have the avalanche, but the avalanche toss doesn't seem to matter too much to Brile at all. As they'll collect themselves a kill, and the Assault Cuirass is completed now for HFN. They go for a smoke. They know that Tiny's down. They know that the BKB is down. They're on the prowl.
Tiny is actually a really huge part of their component of their fights, though. They need him for burst damage and for mobility stuff. Can you predict?
Lelis, he found him. He dragged him back. The zip in again here from Brile. It's a dead Lelis.
Okay, nice kill. That was a lot of gold, actually.
That should help.
That's actually an absurd amount of gold. HFN by far most farmed hero, and he gets like 500 gold for this kill. At least they get one response here. This could be dangerous for Quinn if they jump on him right now, but no, he'll be covered. They can't get there in time. And now with the DD, Lena's going to be sitting very nice. Almost BKB also. She'll go BKB, probably BOTs afterwards. So Quinn keeping his net worth up. On the bright side for Quincy Crew, Crazy's like only really farmed hero is Magnus.
That is true, but I mean, he does enough. Like, we watched some of those fights in the other games where he took them on. What was that, like 1v3 at that point? And almost made it out alive, so.
You know, one thing that's crazy, actually, like, why would you ever pick Alchemist when you could just pick Magnus? Genuinely. Mag is just infinitely better than what Alch provides, I feel like.
Yeah. I would agree with you, especially after seeing that game. Well, now he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. They were hoping for bigger fish, but they've already vacated the triangle, so no Chronosphere this time. SVG still has a little bit of that smoke duration now, and they know that HFN's down here. Maybe they can make a play off of that. It's already blinked back, though, realizing that there's got to be some people on their way.
So they're just fishing around looking for these big kills.
I get scared. I see Moon, and I just think of like some of the plays that he's made in order to set up. I'm just like, this feels a little scary.
That was almost a kill, I think. They would have been able to land the stun. Probably get him very low, if not kill him.
Okay, you are just go straight up for the Chronosphere. He's got the rest of the team coming in hot, too. Go with the Avalanche, the toss up, but they've got the ultimate coming out here from Keizu. They're able to keep him alive, and MSS followed up. In comes HFN with the RP. He cleans up over here on the side, gets SVG. He's gonna be going right back in again on the Spaceless Boy. Do they have the lockdown, though, is the question. Got the clumsy net, they'll go get right back again. A couple of these hits. Look at HFN, he's just bodying this guy, but they have to hold him in place. They have to catch him, and they don't quite have it. The drums will get popped. Look at Yuar, he's just trying to get out as fast as he can, but the lift from Moon Meander, they just grab up this Faceless Void, and they eviscerate him.
So hard to get away when they have this much mobility. His Chronosphere was fine. They should have been able to kill the Ember Spirit there, but the Omni got there just in time. Keeps him alive, and then the chase is just a lot easier. If there's no Ember, I don't think Void gets caught there.
I was
kind of a crazy chrono, though.
Yeah, that was my thoughts too. I guess they just figured that he just kind of walked into the palm of his hand, sort of thing. Oh, we have a fight over on the other screen. Like, we've already lost Aoi. HFN now having to run away. Followed up here, Lelis running for his life now. Gonna try to heal up. Laguna on the back line. Gets the kill over onto Moon Meander. Brile, man, fighting over here on Lelis. It's just gonna zip out, and MSS almost managed to toss over into Lena. Ooh, that feels a little bit scary. That's not really the hero you necessarily want to throw, but still gonna be able to run away. The silence comes out here from Lelis. They've got that Orchid. They need a little bit more damage over here onto HFN. And with the toss up, Quinn will get himself a double kill. And they're looking for a little bit more here. MSS with the Avalanche. Does he have the toss? That's not looking like he does. They'll buy a little bit more time here with the Winter Wyvern, with the Slight, with the Remnant. Bryle getting treed up yet again. They need to try to stun him into place. And this Lena sitting very, very low, but she's still alive. She's still kicking. In comes Yawar. He's looking for a bash, and he sits so low.
He almost got Quinn with that last sleight of fist there. That is really becoming the annoyance of the game. But keep in mind that fight started with a dead Faceless Void in that engagement, so it was pretty good for Quincy considering. Start off with like Magnus taking lots of damage. That was great. Enchanted Quiver's a great drop too. Some really good neutral items dropping for Quincy. All right clicks, and they have 3 right click cores this game, so all of these are going to be really useful.
Mid lane, MSS hoping maybe he can grab Crystal Maiden. Does manage to find Moon Meander and Lelis with that global presence, following up with the Orchid. Need a little bit more here, though. They toss the tree. Moon Meander turns back around, but SPG is also here. They should be able to click him down. Yawar is going a little far here, though.
It's like, do I chrono the Crystal Maiden? Okay, I won't. It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
He almost did it, though. It was close.
Yeah, he almost did. And then he would have gotten shanked, probably.
Yeah. The Omni just like heals and gives her the Heavenly Grace, and he's like, oh, okay, never mind. This isn't good.
JK, guys, JK. When you pause the game, you say, I was joking. Please let me leave. But good fight, though. Going for the side of Quincy Crew with these pickoffs is making Crazy have to play a little bit safer in the base now.
Paladin Sword on Void also excellent. Gonna help him stay alive a little bit better, considering how much damage Magnus does. And he's going for Daedalus now. This is the right click build. This is like the classic. This is like a decade old to go Daedalus on Magnus.
It's insane.
But
did you see the way he just slapped the creep wave?
Yes, and he was basically doing that, but oh my god.
Yeah.
He's got crits now. He's got bonus damage from Heavenly Grace too.
Defend? Oh, look at this already going. I was thinking about going in for the Chronosphere, but he's not going to be able to do it just yet. They'll chase after the Crystal Maiden on the back line. Still looking for this opening. He wants this fight over here, and he's going to be able to go and grab up HFN. But again, Omni Knight coming in hot with that save will be able to protect him. They were trying to go for the RP. They're not going to be able to go for it just yet. Quinn now pops his own BKB. Tries to man fight over here onto Brawl, but he's sliding. He gets a couple bashes up, then turn right back around. They get the kill on HFN, which is most of their primary physical damage. And now KZ forced to run away. I hear a Winter's Curse on the back lines as they'll go and they'll just hold Bryle down. Moon Meander trying to save his life. Will be able to help out, though. Looks like he's going to be okay. But it's not looking too hot for KZ as he's also going to fall.
MSS taunting up a storm here. The Chrono looked a little bit weak, but what it did that was really effective was it stopped the BKB for Magnus. And what they've identified is Magnus is like the only guy to worry about, frankly. Like, there's some good disables on the other heroes, but you're not going to get any carry potential out of Omni Knight. His whole goal is trying to offset the Void Chrono, and he did that. But they still kept hitting Magnus. They didn't give him an opportunity to hit a good Chrono. And even if he had, they would have hit him with a Winter's Curse. He is the farmed hero on the Crazy side. Ember has utility. He has some damage, but it's not enough.
Well, they're gonna immediately go right back in. Moon Meander's dead. No buyback on him, and they're just chain gunning away over here at these racks. Gwen's got all those fiery spirit soul stacks. He'll back off, though.
Yep.
Already used up that Aegis.
Safely retreating. I love the nullifier queued up for Yawar. Perfect item against a Omni Knight. Can remove the ultimate from affecting people. Will give you a good chance of getting kills, and frankly, just the constant dispel can be really effective against force staff type items as well. So now they sit back, enjoy their map control, grab all the bounty runes, and wait for Roche to come.
Should be up fairly soon, actually. Back ticking down, couple more seconds. I don't know if I guess they do have the RP. They might be able to go and contest this. It'll be difficult, though.
All right, there it is. It's up.
And just murdering creeps here. I feel like you want to try to get a pick off if possible, though, first.
Absolutely. They got to worry about the RP still.
Oh, all right. Well, they know there's smoke now, considering that they had no vision on that, and immediately both of those illusions got chained up.
Now they said high ground. They smoked too. All right, here comes the fight.
Oh, okay. The immediate jump forward. Winter's Curse is really great. It's going to be able to hold HFN in place. That's the #1 target. This is the guy they have to take down. If he's going to be alive. No, they just immediately murder him. They're not going to be able to save them. In comes Yoar. He's looking to grab up Bry, looking to grab up KZ. SVG gets a kill on Aoi, and Yoar still just slowly climbing after KZ. They've got the Chronosphere. He feels like he doesn't even need it, though. Look at this damage. KZ's just melting. Double kill for Yoar. Moon Meander trying to run away. MSS, he's got the spider legs. He's on the hunt. He's creeping for him. Moon, though, breaking some ankles. Says, oh, God, please don't look over here. His TP's on cooldown. He's got the blink, though. Also,
There's
just
almost
digs up some stuff, you know, too.
it's really hard to catch him when he's got time walk like this. But the fight was basically ideal for Quincy crew. Crazy was a little bit too greedy, trying to go for the HFN blink to high ground. He ends up getting caught. He started channeling his ulti, or started casting his ulti, but it would have only been a tiny kill, and that was not good enough. And by jumping in like that, he kind of like guaranteed that his team just had a not good fight. He gets a chain disabled by himself. The Winner's Curse was the perfect move for SVG. It guarantees stun follow-up and then a third stun as well. So they get the Magnus kill. That means that Crazy's on a retreat at that point. They also popped the Guardian Angel trying to save people, but it wasn't enough either. That feels good.
Moon. They knew that he was going to be trying to cut the wave, so they positioned themselves well, but Moon just a little bit too slippery. He gets the tip from MSS.
Dire's top tower.
All right, how do you kill UR? How do you kill UR twice? I mean, that's a lot of damage right there. They force out the BKB.
If they land that skewer, there, he actually does die. He was a little bit worried about.
I expected the rest of the team to
on.
follow him up a little bit more there, but
They're clearly worried about getting engaged on, that's for sure. Lena's got MKB. No mana, but MKB.
Uh-oh. Indeed.
Packet loss coming out. Okay. For Lilith. He's been playing really good, though. I like that.
Yeah.
You see, the Orchid's been really relevant this game. He's showing up to all the fights, really good at chasing and following up kills.
Guess they just want to push out that bottom wave, make sure that all of their lanes are pushing in, and then perhaps they'll go in for this fight. But we've got the Paladin Sword online for UR. We've got that Nullifier completed. Lena's a little bit low on mana right now. I'm sure she'll get the regen back. She also still has the cheese on her, too. So they're biding their time. They know that they're in the driver's seat at this point.
Yeah, they're sitting really good. Having Chronosphere as the game continues is only going to be valuable here. There's a Desto there. No.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. I don't even know how that works. How do you get back in if you've abandoned?
I don't know how this works, but it sounds like there's a way.
I guess. I've never heard of this. Oh, my God. Can you
Neither
imagine?
have
Classic Kazu.
They know they're really far behind, so
yeah,
I believe
it's an
that's a joke, guys.
18K net worth lead. You know, it's not looking super great. I mean, I'll say that this Magnus looks terrifying. He is doing so much damage, but it does feel like the Magnus show on the side of Crazy, and everyone else is just, you know, how do we keep him alive, guys? Especially KZ. That's been his #1 concern. And
Yeah.
It's been a rough game.
I wonder how different the match would have been if, rather than having like an Omni Knight to try to offset the Chronosphere, if they had like something more offensive, maybe to make it easier for Magnus to do his job. Because part of the problem right now is that he is the only initiator. Hypothetically, it could also be Ember Spirit. Ember could jump in, doing Searing Chains, force reactions, then HFN jumps in. But because their offlaner is a sit back and save people, it's harder for them for Magnus to have good RPs. So I feel like that them having counters against RP is maybe the primary issue, but I wonder if having a different offlaner would have made it a lot easier.
What would you
I
have
really hope he can
suggested,
get back
though?
into this game, though, man.
How would
I don't
you-
know. Stereotypical offlaners are, you know, initiator type heroes, disabling type heroes. Ideally, somebody that's tanky, but I don't know, maybe something like a Centaur. But that would have, like, all those heroes probably just lane a lot worse in against the Void plus Winter Wyvern. So
I think
I
it's
don't know if
tough
there's
too
a better
trying to figure
solution.
out who was actually still available during the draft too, right? Because they did have a lot of bans. I mean, Beastmaster is always pretty solid, gives them a little bit more initiation, and that is kind of the problem. Like you've got one person, it's similar to a Slardar too. If a Slardar is getting a little bit behind, they jump in and then they're just immediately cannon fodder. They're a meat shield. They can do just a couple things before they're immediately dead. And with this draft, you know, it is nice with HFN jumping in, but having one other brother in arms, so to speak, because you know this Ember Spirit does not want to stay in there with him. He's just too squishy. He's just gonna get ripped to shreds. He doesn't want to get chronoed. So it's a big question mark for me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like you said, the laning too. If you have something that's too tanky, you've got a Winter Wyvern who does percentage-based damage with the Arctic Burn. I don't know. But
another thing Crazy's kind of missing is their gank does feel moderately weak at this point. And this is mostly fueled by the fact that Ember Spirit got behind in the laning stage. Because Ember got behind and it felt like Magnus was the only guy with farm, and because their offlaner can't really get into ganks very well, it's just made their whole match feel more difficult. Because otherwise, if Ember is underfarmed, and Ember is usually like a medium damage core, he does less damage than Void Spirit, is probably safe to say. Void Spirit's a lot more bursty. It just makes all of your ganks a lot more difficult, even though Ember Spirit has excellent and easy setup. So it's like their whole draft is kind of like surrounding this Magnus. And if Quincy doesn't have like Winter Wyvern or other counters, like they'd be sitting much, much worse off. Kind of like how we saw in game 2. But having Winter Wyvern just felt so good.
yeah, and we've had some really good saves coming out from SVG with those Winter's Curses. Oh man, I hope they figure out the solution to this.
Yeah, especially because they have such a big advantage right now. But Nature's Prophet is so high and active that it could, like all of their heroes are just so important. I feel like it's not really anybody that can sit back and just like cast a tomb and then play the other hero, you know?
Yeah, no, you're gonna have someone microing like crazy, especially when you consider the fact that you've got, you know, the Orchid online for him, and he just has so many things that are so valuable to these fights. But I mean, you do what you gotta do. Not sure what the play is here at all.
I have so much anxiety now.
All right, let's see. Find 3. All right, Naga Siren, Luna, and Tinker. Let's see what we can do. Oh man, Bryle, come on, man. Already got one wrong.
I found Luna.
Where's Luna?
5 bottom left, 5 from the left.
Oh, good job, Purge. Nice.
Thank you. I was looking the whole time you were talking about other stuff.
Cool.
So
that's all right. Tinker's right there. Yep, that's a good
God,
find. Our observer found that one.
He was right there the whole time.
Naga Siren is on the right next to Darkseer. Oh yeah.
When you said Naga Siren, my eyes like locked onto her, but I was looking for her the whole time. I couldn't find her.
Maybe it's a verbal thing that you have to hear the name being spoken out loud and then you can focus. Some people are visual learners, sort of thing too. Audio.
I would like 3 new characters.
I don't think we get new characters until we finish the characters we've had.
Maybe somebody
and
can
no one
resume
is
that
playing.
can pick the 3 and then we can continue playing.
Yeah, let's definitely just type that into them so that they
forgot
realize
this is a
that
game
we are
meant
waiting.
for pauses. I mean, if I was in this lobby, I would definitely be like, hey, can you guys click on the 3 heroes so that we can have a good time over here? Because this is like, normally I wouldn't bother the pro players like with their match, but if this is like a long pause, then the broadcast comes first is what I'm trying to say.
I see.
And by the broadcast,
so you're doing
I mean
it for
my
the entertainment.
personal. No, it's really about, this is about me. I don't care about anything else. I would like to have fun. And the best way for me to have fun is for Lelis to not have abandoned.
Yep.
But the second best way is for me to play Hero Hunt.
Hindsight is 2020. You know, I'm sure Lelis would have preferred to have not accidentally abandoned.
He played such a good game up until now too. Then he made the most crucial mistake you can make.
I think the abandon button. I see some F's in chat, boys. What do you think about the new Pudge persona that got released? Have you seen that a lot in your pubs recently?
I tested it out a little bit this morning. It's okay. I don't think I'm going to use it because I already have like a Pudge mix of items. Like Pudge has a billion items, right? If you guys don't know, it's the reason there's so many Pudge items and Juggernaut items. It's because they're the most played heroes. So if Valve makes a set, they know it's going to sell like proportionally much higher than if you make a set for like Visage or Shadow Demon or something, or a hero that nobody plays, right? So like my Pudge looks really sick, I dare say, and I don't want to give that all away for a persona that looks fine and it's like cute and all, but like it doesn't really tickle my fancy, so I'm probably not going to use it, to be honest.
If you could have one set that they made and they're like, you know, Purge, we want to give you your own set in Dota 2, what would it be in for like which hero?
Definitely Pudge Bikini.
Gross, but somehow not surprising to me at all. And also somehow I feel like Jenkins would say something similar to that, so.
That was probably his idea.
No, I don't think so, but I could see him also being very on board with that.
No, I have no good ideas about character design stuff.
Well, like, what's your most played hero?
I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I have like probably like 6 or 7 heroes that I play about equally, like CM Bench, Jakiro, Ogre, Tidehunter. Those are probably my most played heroes.
Tidehunter?
Tidehunter, yeah.
Tidehunter's so boring. Why would you play Tidehunter?
What? How's Tidehunter boring?
He's just a big watermelon. All he does is just derp derp. I'm in a lane. You can't kill me. I've got Kraken Shell. Look at me go. So boring.
Don't you ever gush people and fight? I fight all the time on Tidehunter. And the best part is like you get tanky, right? So it's hard for them to kill you. So you're basically in danger all the time. And then you have to like wait until the perfect Ravage moment. So it's like, and there's like, that is pretty creepy. There's like almost nothing more satisfying than like doing the perfect Ravage. Like right when it's like, oh, they're like, oh, it's just a Tide, I can't die. And then you fight him and you fight him and you fight him. And finally you hit the Ravage. And then you just start killing people. And it's like, oh, that moment just washes over. Feels good.
I feel like you're not the one who's killing people. You're the one initiating generally, right? So all of that glory goes over to your cores.
That's not true. I haven't bought Blink Dagger on Tide in a long time, actually.
I didn't say you bought Blink Dagger on Tide, dude.
Well, you said I'm initiating. By
maybe
initiating,
you just waddle on in.
Gushing people.
Maybe you're just waddling on in,
like
you know?
describing Tide as initiator right now just isn't really true. I don't think, because it's about like, it's about putting yourself in danger, being tanky. You take damage, you deal some damage, you disable people, and you're basically forcing action by standing aggressively is the way to do it. So initiating, like using the word initiating, is like I blinked in and I used Echo Slam and then our team followed up, or I used Time Walk and I Chronosphered, you know?
All right. Looks like unfortunately Lelis can't get back into the game. It is going to be going 4v5, guys, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, also this cat looks so derpy.
Oh, this is painful. Okay, so good news, guys. Quincy Crew is already guaranteed to go to the upper bracket or to be qualified for the playoff stage. So even if they lose this match just because of the 4v5, they can still win. Or like, it's not the end of the world. They'll lose some seeding advantage if they happen to lose this game. But let's just enjoy a great game of 4v5 Dota, okay?
You know, who knows? Maybe one of the supports will. You have no supports that can really just back off though. Maybe you just hold Winter Wyvern back forever and then get a curse and then immediately abandon ship and take over as Lelis. I don't know.
Yeah, SVG's gonna have to like play back far enough that way he can cast Winter's Curse if needed, but he's probably gonna have to play the Nature's Prophet primarily, I assume. But their efficiency is gonna go down. He's not gonna play as well, but I mean they're in a really good place considering this.
Ooh,
and who knows? Maybe
I don't know about you. I'm stressed out.
I mean, I was stressed out until I remembered that they already have 5 wins in the group stage. So,
but still, Purge, every game, you never want to have a loss, even if you know that you're guaranteed. You still want to win. You work so hard. It's 34 minutes and 34 seconds of Dota 2. And
sometimes you can just say, well, we were going to win this game, but then Lelis accidentally abandoned, and what was this? Oh, the dire pause.
Oh, Morphling, Ember, Ogre, Magi. Morphling. Without Morphling, he's right next to Centaur and Ricky. Ember Spirit.
Okay, so is this we're giving them
Drow.
more time to do it? Oh shit, I forgot what we were doing.
Ogre, Magi, where's Ogre? Where the flurp is Ogre?
You think it'd be easy to find him?
I found him. He's next to Terrorblade. Oh, Bryle. Bryle found the Morphling now. Right. I got all of them. Oh, suck it, Bryle. I'm better at this game than you.
So is this
can't be better at Dota ever, but
is this a crazy pausing for Quincy Crew to give them more time?
I don't know.
AFK.
Someone's AFK. Maybe somebody needs to cat gank. Oh, you know, that is a thing. I have seen Moon Meander's cat. He is adorable. And he also, like, climbs all over him when he's trying to play. I don't think that's the real reason, because I'm pretty sure Stina would be all over that and be like, no, baby, come here. Let's go watch on a different screen or something. But he does have a really adorable cat.
Have you ever met a cat that you didn't think was adorable?
I love cats.
So no, okay.
I'm
No, your
really stupid
opinion-
for cats, okay? I just want to pet every single cat. It was actually it was before I had joined as wires. I had just I had gone to the DC Captain's Draft tournament. I hadn't been a part of Moonduck at all. And we were walking to the venue, and it's so cold out. It's like freezing cold out.
Yeah.
And there's just this cat sitting outside, starts meowing at me, and I'm like, oh my god. So, you know, me, I have to go see the cat, I have to go pet him. I'm like, oh, aren't you the cutest kitty ever? And then the guys are like, it's too fucking cold, Moxie, we have to leave. So I'm like, okay, start to walk away. And the cat literally starts following us. I was like, oh my god, I have a cat friend for the rest of this event. This is the best. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What did they do? Again? I did.
Oh, okay.
You sound very disappointed that I saw that cat again.
I just assumed it was you weren't going to see him again. Like you're going to have a cat friend, but then
he waited. He waited a couple times because he knew that I'd be walking through to go back to the arena where I was going to freeze to death. So I at least
at the moment nobody. Okay, somebody's microing him a little bit, but so far they basically just summoned Treants. Lelis is. I don't know what happened, but Lelis is playing like shit right now.
Yeah, you know,
it's like something
strange.
came over him.
It was easy for Leslau earlier, but all of a sudden he's just underperforming.
They're gonna kill this team.
Looks like North American Dota. Has he been playing too many pubs on the NA servers where he just AFKs over? Okay, there's Lelis, there's Quinn, there's the follow-up, and they take down Owie.
Who really got that kill? I want to know.
Lelis did, clearly, dude.
I guess so. All right, they're sending more kills top.
Yeah, MSS in position. Moon, the toss up into the air, gets a steal. He needed a little bit more damage here. SPG joining in. Oh, there goes Lelis again. Oh, he's a little bit off. He just hasn't been the same since this pause, but they'll chase him down over the tree line. They've got the little conga line of Treants, and man, Lelis is just on fire. He's got that fire in his soul again.
I don't know who's microing it, but they're doing a good job, except for that Sprout. Terrible Sprout. Any chrono? They got dead here. It's a good time to fight.
Well, that's a chrono. That's a dead H. No, Akazu trying to buy a little bit more time. The Yules comes out. And there's the BKB that toss right back in again with the RP. Oh, HFN does so much damage. They're going to be able to just murder SVD. Yowar's going to get popped. Quinn's here. He's got the BKB, but they need to have him come right back up again. There's too much damage. Quinn, he can't run away fast enough. The spike comes out. They get the kill. Yowar now rooted into place. Lelis trying to do everything he can. MSS is here. He's looking for that avalanche. He doesn't have much mana, though. Noir thinking about going back in again. The tree up over here on Bryle. Owie's just staring at the wall over there for a little bit. He's gonna have to slide himself back into the base.
I can't help but imagine that they're more prepped for Magdus if they weren't microing 5 heroes. Because that was a rare moment where he got a 3-man RP, and it seemed like, I don't know, maybe it was just a really good RP, but catches 3 heroes, no winner's cursed because he gets caught with it. That meant that there was going to be no response play. And genuinely could just be one of those moments where it's really tough to react appropriately otherwise. Are they splitting his gold at least? I don't even, what the hell are the rules for?
I don't know. I don't have a rule
for somebody abandoning, but let's keep an eye on like Nature's Prophet's gold. I don't know if he's farming very well. It looks like he's just saying, okay, he is hitting creeps at least. He is actually collecting gold, but I can't remember if you can buy items or not on people that are abandoned.
I don't think you can.
So this might genuinely not even be helping. Oh, he's actually not getting the gold. Okay. It looks like it's spreading out. His gold has increased, but yeah, he'll get levels and stuff. But if you're not also buying new items, you know, it's like this is the strongest he'll be for the rest of the game kind of a thing.
Well,
maybe that's why it's not
25
worth
talents again?
No TP cooldown or Treant HP. She'll probably go no TP cooldown.
I mean, that's still pretty decent if they can get the pickoffs, right?
It is. And somebody's just ready to TP him in if they need to fight. But they're just going to be looking for engagements. Crazy can basically adjust their play now. They've gotten a 5k net worth advantage back towards their end.
Oh, HFN. They find no Chronosphere, though. Able to Don't mind the yellow. Oh, it's a
that was
beautiful
big.
Winter's Curse as they hold them into place. Do they have enough damage to follow up, though? Again, right up into the air. Laguna comes out. Oh, caught the steal, though, and they'll be able to go take down their own teammate. Eventually, though, taking down KZ. They're on the hunt now. Can they grab anyone else? They'll go and tree up Owie here. The Frostbite BKB comes out from Lelis. Gotta hit him again. There we go. Almost made it out there, Crystal Maiden.
Good thing Tiny's dead, because now MSS gets to play Nature's Prophet here in this moment. MSS very mechanically capable here of players, so I'm sure he's going to be completely fine playing a core right now.
For sure.
And now can they get a Rax? This is what they've been hoping to do here for a bit. Ags is up on Yawar as well, so a lot easier to initiate, but here comes a buyback.
Buyback. There it is. There's the RP. The save, though, coming out from SVG. A lot of physical damage, but are they going to be able to get... Yeah, they'll pop down over onto Yawar. Quinn's taking too much damage now, too. He's got to try to run away. They have the vision. Yules comes out, trying to buy a bit more time, but he just gets sniped down. As now SVG forced to run away from Owie. Lelis not looking too great here either. He just goes and puts out the Orchid, tries to turn this around. Is he going to be able to get any kills? No. Looks like he might be able to survive, but the axe is completed now over here on the Ember Spirit. The lift up coming out from Moon Meander. That is a very dead Lelis. A dead SVG too.
Everybody dead now. Okay. Looking iffy here. It looked kind of okay for Yawar there when they threw the cold embrace on him, but that stun, the stun follow-ups from Moon Meander are just way too much stun duration. And most crucially also, that he just didn't have a solution against Root. Other than BKB on Void, if he gets rooted, he just instantly is like, uh-oh, this isn't good. No Manta on him. He's focused more primarily on like heavy damage, which is completely reasonable, but it looked really costly there when they're trying to siege towers. Like, they cannot hit towers very easily. They need to get fights first, but it's very, very difficult to get these overwhelming fights when you're down a player.
That's true, and MSS now getting held into place. The Root to toss back over onto Owie and an Avalanche. Ryle's still just hot in his heels, though. So it's not looking like he's going to survive this. In fact, he just sits there. Figures that might as well join the rest of his team for now. And they're all still dead.
Oh, man.
This feels so bad. How tilted must they be, too, right now?
I mean, it's really hard to play same viability. Is he going to credit this?
It's
Definitely
not.
could have killed him,
Definitely could have.
I think.
Looks like he's still gonna go in for this. Bryle's nearby. There's the Chronosphere, and he catches Bryle off on the side. There's the Laguna Blade. They take down KZ. He'll turn right back around again. They should be able to get Bryle. He's trying to climb away over to the Remnant. Not gonna be able to. Now HFN, he's left all alone. He needs help. They'll turn around. They've got the BKBs. They're not focusing him, though. They're turning their attention over to the Crystal Maiden. They get a couple of these dashes out, though. They'll be able to go. They take down HFN. No buyback for 90-something seconds. It's a good Winter's Curse that got stolen over here. It'll hold everyone else in place. Moon Meander trying to run away. He cannot, though. And the gem gets dropped to the ground.
Oh, somebody messed up bad, dude. Quinn was going to be completely fine there, but they accidentally ran Lelis into the Winter's Curse, and they got Quinn killed. Whoops.
Yikes.
I think that's why MSS just put in some blows. But either way, getting the Magnus, that jump in from HFN, that was the second major crucial mistake of this match. Jumps in aggressively, didn't have the RP, and then they just kite him at that point. They're going to try to end the game right here with their 4 players and their 5 heroes. Void's trying to keep them back.
Gonna be difficult for them to pull them away. Noir chasing after KZ. There's gonna be the fortification coming out. They're trying to finish. Lena just hitting back, hitting all these hits. A couple of bashes over onto KZ. Meander doing the best that he can, but there's not much he can really do. The BKB comes out from UR. This wants to force them away. They want to finish this game. They've had enough. They lost Lelis, and there it is. There's the victory.